Hello and welcome to Beyond Serenity. Going through stages of isolation is an integral part of the Divine Feminine's awakening journey. The solitude's not normally a conscious decision, but rather it's often thrust upon us by unwanted external circumstances, where we discover ourselves left drowning in feelings of loss and abandonment. Often in this stage, we find that even when we are in the physical presence of others, the emotional and vibrational disconnection we experience leads us to feeling completely alone in this world. And the discomfort of being with people is so intense that we're forced into self-imposed isolation. This is a very scary time, and the loneliness often engulfs us with a heavy emptiness and fear that we'll be stuck in this isolation indefinitely. But for the awakening Divine Feminine, this solitude phase is an essential part of the journey, and trying to avoid or rush this period will only prolong the discomfort. This is a time where you're being invited to go inwards, to dive deep into yourself and make massive shifts which simply can't be done when your energy is being distorted by the density that dominates so much of our 3D reality. The aloneness allows for a purification process. It allows you to disconnect from the heaviness and distortions of the outside world. We've spent lifetimes blinded by paradigms and programming from lower vibrational realms, and we become so accustomed to this way of living, plagued with a hamster wheel of dense emotional states such as lack, fear, guilt, depression, jealousy, resentment, anger, and low self-worth. We've spent so long in these states that it feels like our norm, and it seems foreign to us that a joyous life full of peace, abundance, and unconditional love is actually possible for us. But that is the life that you came here to live, and the imposed solitude has been divinely guided and orchestrated as a way of detoxing you. You're being cleansed from the false feeling of comfort that you gained from residing within the lower dense way of life that most of us have been participating in on this earth. We're in need of deep healing, and to do so requires separation from the heavy energies that are bogging us down. We need a clean space, free of the density and toxicity which has been tainting us for so long. As with any detoxification process, it doesn't feel comfortable as you adjust to the absence of the past ways of interacting with others and your old familiar life. Most of us will find the discomfort too much to bear at times, and will make attempts to reconnect with our previous life, to climb back inside that comfortable, uncomfortable box that we once knew. But as we make these attempts at reconnecting with people from our past, or re-engaging in old activities and habits that were no longer serving us, we very soon discover our efforts to relieve our discomfort are not only futile, they actually serve to enhance our state of pain and feeling of disconnection. As grueling as this process feels, it's one of your biggest gifts. As a Divine Feminine, you've been catapulted onto the fast-track ascension process, and there's no getting off this journey. There's no going back to your old way of life, and your higher self is supporting you at every level to ensure that you stay on track. The solitude is not a linear path, and as you progress through the stages, you'll find yourself going through oscillations of feeling completely broken on the floor as you release deep core wounds, periods of emptiness, confusion, and void, and also times where you find peace and comfort within the aloneness. As you surrender the process, you'll come to see that it is granting you the opportunity to break free of the ego mind and conditioned paradigms. You've spent your life so saturated with outside influences that you've been blind to your true essence. This time is allowing your core wounds to fully surface rather than masking them with distractions, so that they can finally be faced head-on and released. Moving through this purification without the heavy, dense distortions of your old way of life allows your soul essence and your true purpose to start revealing itself. An unconditional love for self and others, deeper than you knew possible, will start to develop. You'll start to realize that you're never alone and you're always supported as your intuition and psychic gifts accelerate, connecting you more deeply to the higher realms. Your soul family will start to be magnetized in, slowly at first, but one by one, your people will begin to reveal themselves, and your tribe will be brought together in a pure energy of unconditional love and support. There's no need to fear. The emptiness and loneliness are only temporary. This is the journey of your highest timeline. You are on the right path, and you are always loved and supported. Until next time, with unconditional love.